10 gigs of data to share, unlimited talk and text, and you can choose from 2 to 10 lines.
Wow, sounds like a great deal. I'm not too sure what to do with my arms right now, because this is where I usually start throwing things.
Oh, that's terrifying.
AT&T's best ever pricing. 10 gigs of truly shareable data. Unlimited talk and text.
This is a key note here in television. Everybody thinks the people in front of the camera get it done, but it's all this talent. Talent in front of the camera is actually brainless, but look at all these people. There's more workers here than General Motors. We're adding them by the moment. I mean, you can create a Christmas choir out of this group. But these are actually the people that get it done. And we just rely on Santino's looks to close it, and we've got a broadcast.
Hey everyone, I'm Molly Brew, and you're watching the newest episode of Unmarked. If you're at RFK Stadium on a DC United game day, you're likely to find Dave Johnson in one of these broadcast booths, where he's covered the black and red since 1996. But to DC United, Dave is more than just a play-by-play announcer. He's a supporter, a friend, and the voice that's led us through 19 years of black and red history.
DC United able to keep possession, and so far they've had most of the possession.
Yes, they have in the play. Oh, this is a goal-scoring opportunity.
Here's Olsen! It's in the net! It's in the net! It's in the net! DC United's first ever goal!
There was a dream of mine as a kid. I would cut lineups out of the paper and broadcast games to myself. I didn't have a lot of friends as a kid because of that. I broadcast games to my mom, bless her heart, for listening to all those games. So to get to the point now where I'm living my dream, calling a professional soccer team, and part of that, I didn't think that would be possible because I grew up as a fan in this very stadium, RFK Stadium, of the Washington Diplomats. Somewhere wherever I put my phone, I've got my screensaver that has Diplomats on it as the logo. And so that's what I wanted to do. And then the North American Soccer League folded in 1984. So I didn't think, well, that's a realistic career path, but here we are in 2014 or whatever year this is, and we're celebrating a DC United season. What really flicked the switch was 1980 when Johan Cruyff was playing for the Diplomats. And it's hard not to spend an entire season watching him and just not get hooked on the sport. What was a neat experience for me, my first broadcast partner when DC United started in 1996 was Gordon Bradley. And he was one of the gentlemen that helped bring Pele to the United States, and he was coach of the Washington Diplomats. So, that's the fun thing as you navigate through life, you have interesting intersections, and that was a special one for me.
We're doing the tease. This is the scene set. It sets the stage, but nothing gets done until Leonard says it gets done. Now, Ben Olsen takes his team into Chicago. The Fire still has a shot at the postseason and will play with passion. From Chicago, United, Fire, next. This is how we'll open our broadcast. This is how we'll grab the attention of the viewers. If Santino's looks aren't strong enough, we rely on this.
The first soccer broadcast I ever did, professionally, if you want to call it that. That's what the hip people do with the quotes, right?
Air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. In 1988, they relaunched the professional soccer called the American Soccer League. At that time, indoor soccer was the only thing really big time professional. It was doing pretty well in the United States. It was the Baltimore Blast and the New York Arrows if you were from Long Island or whatever. And I went to the owner and I said, if I can get this on a radio station, will you fly me down? We were playing Fort Lauderdale Strikers in the playoffs in 1988. So I made this deal with this religious radio station in Baltimore for $250. And I remember as I went up there and I promised them, I said, the beauty is it's 2 hours, you don't have to worry about it. The game's just going to take 2 hours, and that's it. Well, we get to Fort Lauderdale, a thunderstorm hits, and I end up having to fill an hour, and I'm interviewing anybody that just walks by the booth, and because it's just me down there. But that was my first, air quotes, professional soccer game, even though I paid to get it on the air.
Dave Johnson along with Santino Quaranta, and we are wearing these scarves tonight for a very good reason through MLS Works and all of Major League Soccer's club. The goal is to kick cancer. Indeed, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So I think Santino Quaranta is, we welcome you into the broadcast tonight. This is a Chicago team that'll play with a lot of commitment and really has been underachieving. This is a team that's missed 4 of 9 penalty kicks. There's better in this Fire team.
Underachieving is a great word to describe this group. The last 2 games, they haven't put a full performance together, and they've been unlucky not to win games. But like you said, they're not far
How have you enjoyed kind of watching him and helping him grow into that role?
Yeah, well, it's driving me crazy because he's young, personable, good-looking, and every time I see that, it's just like, oh. And I've dealt with people who will think, well, I played the game, or I coached the game, so then therefore I can broadcast the game. And it's not that simple, and often they find out that's the case. He's put in the work and the time. And he has a way of explaining things that as he continues to grow in strength and confidence, it's been one of the most rewarding things in my career to watch him this past season.
I was really nervous when I first stepped into to do broadcasting and commentate and do the games, and he has been a tremendous amount of help to me. Not even so much just the grand scheme of it, how it all works. He's helped me a ton there, but more so just the confidence of it. And there was times when I had to look into a camera when it was all new to me, and kind of really express it from your gut, And I remember him saying one time, he said, really feel what you're saying, like express it. Because I had messed up a few times, and it becomes nerve-wracking, because you don't want to keep messing up. There's taping, and when he said that, it made sense, and it became a lot more clear.
There's a gap out there.
Where's your moose?
That's keeping you from
It's in my bag.
you deserve. At Humana,
Don't overdo it,
we
moose,
believe the
today.
gap close when healthcare gets simpler. When frustration
My hair's not moved since 1981. I told you that.
get to live at home instead of in home.
My hair is better than yours, but you're better looking than I am. It's as simple as that.
No,
If you do the scouting report, I still have the hair. I've got 20 years on you, and I've got better hair.
Listen,
But you're
I'm
better
not
looking.
doubting that.
Yeah.
You talked about his makeup when he first walked in, so what is his makeup routine like?
So it's basically him looking at himself in the mirror, throwing his makeup on, really nice and getting himself together, and then asking me, how do I look? And I say, Dave, you know what? You look fantastic, my friend. You're flawless, good to go.
And Twitter's blown up. We appreciate all the interaction. Solar Quality say they need to attack, attack, attack. Well, I think that's what's happening in the second half.
You are very active on social media during games and after games, but curious to get your opinion on how the technology in broadcast and sports has, helped, made it easier, made it more difficult. What impact has it made on your career?
As a broadcaster, you want to make a connection. I'm not doing this and with Santino or whoever I'm broadcasting with, it's not done for our pleasure. It's done to make a connection with a listener or viewer. And so through social media, you're actually seeing what kind of connections being made or what people are thinking about. And I like to try to keep people engaged and people connected. And we read and respond to every tweet because it's important that people feel like they're involved in this team and by extension this broadcast.
He can't figure out how to dress himself in cool, young, hip clothes. And he emailed me the morning of the interview and said, what should I wear, a tuxedo? And I said, wear whatever makes you comfortable.
Dave's outfits. So I think he's gotten a little bit better. I think that his suits are way too baggy. I think the modern cut, he should be wearing a little bit tighter suits. He always talks about how much he runs and how fit he is, but he's still wearing these big baggy suits. And I told him, look, just take it in a little bit. If you have to go to the tailor, I'll help you. I'll provide you with some funding to take your suits in a little bit. He's helped me with so much, but I can't seem to help him take his suits in.
More importantly, where's my coffee?
Right here.
All of your bios start with something like with, wit, passion, and a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
So get the record straight. How much coffee do you drink a day?
Just one big black
That's it.
cup of coffee. I'm lying. I mean, two. All right, maybe 3 or 4. A coffee before a broadcast it's a good, before I do my mornings at WTOP, it's like an emotional experience I have with that cup.
Lassiter flicks, Santa comes through, Santa, it's in the net! It's in the net! Oh, it's in the net! Moreno splits the defenders, gets to the box. Moreno, it's in the net! It's in the net! It's in the net! What a goal!
Ben Olsen spanks it. It's in the net! It's in the net! Oh, it is in the net!
Pontius gives way for Silva. Oh! It's in the net! It's in the net! Beautiful! Luis Silva!
You're known in the DC world for it's in the net. So where did that just happen one day and it kept going?
You know, to me, soccer is the goal, whether it's indoor soccer, outdoor soccer, is about there's emotion, there's joy, there's passion, there's frustration, depending on your point of view of whoever's scoring it. So it kind of grew out of that, and I received a lot of reaction to it, not on Twitter then, but just from fans and people. And the next thing I know, whether it was, I don't even know if it was conscious. It was just that it started becoming a topic of conversation. The next thing I know, I started doing it. We had a funny situation this year where it looked like a goal, and we actually threw it down to Rob Carlin, our sideline reporter, and all of a sudden it looks like it's going in, and he said it's in the net, and it wasn't a goal. And I reminded him that it's not in the net until I say it's in the net.
All right, well, let's get back to your actual day job here. Okay, and there we go. In the net, a little bit wide. I thought we had one. All right, Dave, I'm sorry to jump on your in the net there. I thought it was in.
Hey, it's not. It's in the net until I say it's in the net.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Card. Dave Johnson welcoming you to another edition of Inside DC United. You're getting the yellow card this week.
Every time we get a new player, we do, an introductory interview where we ask the question along the lines of, how would you react to, the news of being traded or acquired or drafted or whatever it is. And it's not often that I can ask, why did you choose to stay with DC United? So what is it about DC United? We're going into the 20th year of MLS and you're still here.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it is a special club, and it's a special. And I don't mean that just in a soccer sense. I mean it's a special franchise in the sports world. If the connection with the fans from day one, and it's not just a motto, win championships and serve the community. This club did that, and Kevin Payne and Bruce Arena from the start set a high bar and a foundation of excellence. And this is how we need to be in all aspects as a franchise, including broadcasting. The people that I deal with, the fans, they're not just people, they're family, and they become like family. And so that's why there's black and red going through me after all these years. And I don't mean that as a cliche statement, but this club and what it's meant to my life is meant a lot.
I want to thank you for watching this episode of Unmarked, presented by AT&T. And if you enjoyed this one, head over to DCUnited.com's news section and choose Unmarked to check out past episodes.
For Santiago Carlotta, I'm Dave Johnson. We appreciate the time tonight. 3-3 again the final score. We join Keely Fulton and Lou Holder for Geico Sportsnet Central, which is on the way.
That's the show.
That's the show.